crafty friends, it's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I am going to be doing day 4 and 5 in my December daily for 2021, and today is going to be all about my gaming day that I had on December 5th. No, December 4th. So I'm going to use one for gaming, and then I'm also going to use one for the 5th that's building. So those are my two prompts. So if you don't already know, I am going to go ahead and explain a little bit about how I do December daily as I go ahead and start the process of putting on 4 and 5. So just to give you a little bit of insight on how I do December daily, I don't necessarily do it by days of the week. I do it more by just like stories that I want to tell. So day 4 just happened to be gaming, which I made it gaming because specifically sometimes I want to use the specific day and then sometimes I don't care. So for day 4, December 4th, I had a gaming group come over and we played a bunch of board games and it was lots of fun. And then we also did gingerbread house building. So I did some, anyway, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is even though December 4th is the actual day and the December 5th was actually done on December 4th, that I don't really care about because I wanted to make them two separate prompts in my December daily, mainly because I like to fill my, because I need specific prompts. I need 24 prompts, and sometimes it's hard to find prompts to use for all of your days. So, all the stories you want to tell. So, that's why I broke it up into two different stories, even though it happened on the same day. I have absolutely no idea if I'm making any sense whatsoever, but that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing day 4 and 5. So, I had this picture right here of this little game that my friend had brought that she literally bought at the thrift store for like $2. And it was this silly little game that you had like bells and they're different colored bells. And then you have this magnet and you're like supposed to pick up only your color bells. And if you pick up anybody else's color, then you basically have to like throw the bells back in and you can't, so it's basically like a race to see who gets all of their bells out at one time. So I have this little sticker sheet that had a bunch of little bells on it. So I just put those stickers around this little transparency that I had it says favorite because it became like the favorite. Like everybody was playing it and we like played it several times and it was just super fun. And it was just one of those games that's like just fun. And so it's just fun. It was just a fun game. So I decided to go ahead and just staple it onto the picture there. So I'm just taking my stapler and stapling it there. And then I wanted to make sure it was really on that, like the picture had like my table there. So I was trying to line it up just so it was right exactly like lined up on the table. And I liked that it was a circle and then it had the circle of the game. And I liked that. And I liked that it was one of our favorite games. And then that little gingerbread is going to go on the other side because of day 5 is on the other side of that page. So I'm just going to scoot that little gingerbread in there. And then the other picture was just a picture of the stack of games that I had played. So I wanted to list all those games out. So I just took a picture in front of my tree there. And you can see there that picture, that little piece there that is the back of the decorating page from day 3. So again, that was from my Studio Calico journal, little journal that I had purchased, I believe, in last Christmas. I had purchased a little journal and I just tore it apart, kind of deconstructed it to use it in my December daily in different ways. So that is what that piece is. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going through all of my papers here because I needed to find a piece of paper to use as a journaling card for my day 4 prompt. I don't have a lot of 4x6 pieces of just like kind of plain journaling cards, and I wanted to use the journaling card that had like the game day details. So I'm just flipping through all of the different pieces, and some people say they like to see that sort of thing, so I just left that piece in. You can kind of see how I flipped through, and I picked 2 different types. So I picked this one, and then I also picked like a striped one, and I ultimately went with this one because I felt like it kind of just went with I liked how it kind of brought in the green from the other side. Um, and yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check it. See, I thought I might like that one, but I didn't like that at all. So I ended up using that one. And so I'm just going to take it and use my picture that I'm going to be putting behind it as a little uh, template to cut it. And then that is good. And then I also have that, like I said, I have a little game day details. So one of me and so during the pandemic, I had a couple and then a single gal who is my who work who've been gaming for a couple of years. So they had come over a couple of times during the pandemic because we like social distance before we came over, and we like all got our, we were all being very good. So we like always did like 14-day quarantines before we came over and saw each other. So we had this game going that we always played every time they came over, and we were continuing to play it. So we kind of like a tournament going where it's like me and my friend Raquel against her husband and Christine. So we have like a little rivalry going, and so that's what I documented on that game day details. I just documented like the win. So right now we're tied up. So me and Raquel before this event, this day, we were ahead by one, but now we're back to tied up. So it's literally it's been like every other time. So like me and Raquel one time won the tournament, and then Christina and Ivan won, and then it was like back and forth, back and forth. So now it's tied up again, and so and we'll just continue to do that until I don't know, forever, hopefully. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to document on that little thing, because we did play again this time around. And so I just took a little Studio Calico label there and just gonna put the word gaming. And again, those are all Studio Calico. All the stuff that I'm using is Studio Calico. I think every single thing that I see on the screen right at this particular moment is Studio Calico. So um yes, then except that four. The four is not Studio Calico. Those are from Felicity Jane. All right, and I'm just putting on hearts on every single thing. It's just I'm all about the heart right now. So I don't know why. But and then so I'm just gonna go ahead and write down the little details of my little game day. Um, so I thought I edited that part out, but apparently you're gonna see me write all the information because it's not edited. So you'll see I put like one win, so me and Raquel won one, and then they won two, so they ultimately won like the tournament for the day. Um, we always do best 2 out of 3. So I'm just gonna write a little note here. And it's funny because I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I actually wrote that we played team play, but it's probably obvious. Um, I do have a little room down there, so I might go back in and write the word team play. That's the name of the game, is team play. It's a little card like game. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the little 4 on there. I like how that turned out. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that piece onto the other piece. And then we're going to put that in the pocket and call that done. And now I just want to go ahead and finish the little list over on the other side. So again, if you haven't been following me, I'll kind of explain. Instead of doing like regular like paragraph journaling, I'm doing more lists this year just to make it simple and easy. So I'm just doing every day has like their own little list. So gaming, I decided to list out the different games that I played. And I loved that this little piece that I pulled out of the Studio Calico journal had like holiday playlist. And obviously, I think that's supposed to be more like movies or music potentially, but it didn't have any music notes or nothing on it. So it didn't, I can make it whatever I want. So I'm going to make it a holiday gaming playlist. so, so I'm just jotting down all of the games that we played, and I used some stickers there because there was a little smudge on the 5, the line where the 5 was. There's some little smudge there, and I tried to erase it earlier. You probably saw me do that in the video, and it just like made it worse. So I'm like, well, I'll just cover it with stickers. You can cover everything with stickers. It makes it all better. Um, and if I had known, I would have played 3 different more games so that I could fill up the whole space, but I only played 5 games, so that's all right. I think we played Bells like 3 or 4 times, so I could just write Bells a couple more times.
Hey guys, so I interrupt this voiceover to show you that I did some work off camera because my kiddo called me. I answered the phone and I just kept working because I had forgotten that I was recording. So anyway, I have this little house. Well, it's supposed to go like this in your book, but I flipped it because I did some gingerbread decorating with some friends, and so basically all I did was I just punched holes. I punched additional holes in the side over here and then just ran some ribbon on there so it kind of makes it look like it was supposed to be there. And then I put the 5 here, and then I just cut these pictures out to kind of match the little, it doesn't match perfectly, which is kind of bugging me. So I'm going to just leave it alone for now, but hopefully it doesn't continue to bug me. But, and then I had this little felt piece in my stash, I don't know from where. And then this is the pic, so this is I gave them each a little gift, all my little guests that came to my house. And I made the gingerbreads ahead of time, the houses ahead of time, just because that's like the hard part. And then I had these little monogrammed things from the Target Dollar Spot or Bullseye Playground. And then I put a little stuff on it just from the Dollar Tree. So I packaged it all together, and then inside each of the little boxes came with all these little goodies. I put like some candy canes and little gingerbread pouches and stuff, like just little things. So I wanted to have this here, and then I wanted to flip up to reveal kind of like what's inside the boxes. So I'm gonna just put some washi tape down on here, and then I think I'm gonna use this, and then I'm just gonna I'm gonna hope that this works. We're gonna see. Let's see. So just folding over the washi tape, and I'm going to line it up. And we're just going to hope that that stays on there. Washi tape's not very strong, so I don't know if it'll stay on there, but we're going to hope. And I think what I'm going to do is stick a little, these are little tabs that came from the Dollar Tree. I used last year in my December daily, and I really liked how that looked. So I want to add a couple of more of those at least. And I was thinking about adding this little thing like to flip up, but I think it's too big. So anyway, and then I want to cover this December moments up. So my word for this day is building. So I just cut this little piece of paper out that matched this green over here. I don't love that the greens don't match, but again, we're gonna just ignore that. Move on, because I'm really trying to like not be super aggressively picky about things, because it really honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm selling this. It's just for my own personal use. And no one's going to know. No one's going to be like, oh my God, that green does not match. And then I think I'm going to put a little stitch. Okay, and then for here, I wanted to add this little card right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a list of all the goodies that I put in the boxes. So I'm wondering if I should write the word goodies right here, or sweets, or toppings. I think I'm going to leave that blank and just write the different things down here and think on a little bit more about what I could do to the top of this card. If you guys have any suggestions on what I could call this, let me know. That's it. Okay. So yeah, I want to put something here like goodies, or I don't know. I don't know. I will think about it. All right, so that is it. I'll add a sticker here, but I'll do that later. Oh, I have to add something to put this in. So my next day is day 6, which is adding to my collection. So that's going to be on this side. So I was going to use this paper because what's going to go on that side is this. So I was going to add this paper as a as the backing to this, to cover up the ribbon, and then also to make it so I can include something to hole punch and slip in the to put in the book. So I'm just going to use this transparency. And okay, so let's put this in the book. I also wanted to show you that I totally 100% forgot to put the word trimming on my day 2. I want to make sure I'm putting the ing words that I'm using for my prompts on the actual pages, and I completely forgot. So I just took some stickers and wrote the word trimming, so trimming the tree. And then for this one, I wrote it on here. I just wrote decorating on the bottom of this. So that's going to go in here, and then this will go this way for my gaming, and then I'll flip this over, and then this will flip up, and then I will put this here. Just need to figure out placement wise. I think I want it one down. Yeah, I think I want it like that. So when I put this in here, I'm going to have to trim that. Kind of like the black. Do I like the black? I don't know if I like the black. Let's try something clear. Might as well use it. Okay, so if I put that there, so let's do this. I'll write a little place so I can know where to put my glue. Probably should not be doing this in the book, but apparently that's what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to trim this. And then I'm going to go this on the back of this. Okay, and this will go over here on this side. So there is day 4 attached to day 3. There's day 4, day 5. It flips up. You can see all the goodies. You can see my friends and my little gingerbread house. And then when I do day 6, it will match. And I will probably use this to do day 6, like the list or something. I think I'm going to put the list over here. So that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I will see you again real soon. Bye for now.